afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the 125-foot Atlantis. I'm Captain Jeff for another of our virtual whale and dolphin watch trips. I'm here with Captain Stewart in the wheelhouse, and we are live here just outside of Cape May Inlet. And we just had a humpback whale go down in amongst what could be close to 200 bottlenose dolphins here. So we're going to do our best to show it to you here, see what else we can show you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the cruise. I do not see him. Just got a lot of swirling. Seen the whale come back up yet, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot of dolphins up ahead of us here. The last location I saw the whale was between us and the bell buoy out on our right. And a lot of dolphins out to our left and up ahead of the boat as well here. As Captain Stewart pointed out, there's a calf in this group, so keep your eyes peeled for calves, ladies and gentlemen. They're usually around 18 to 24 inches in length. They can be darker in coloration than the rest of the dolphins. The calves are born in the last 24 hours. They'll be jet black in coloration. They'll have small folds or creases in their sides called fetal folds. And their dorsal fin may or may not be bent over to one side. And the calves get this way from living within the fetal cavity for the past 12 months. Right, ladies, it's 12 months for a dolphin, not 9, 12. You've still got dolphins back behind the boat here, between us and the red buoy.
Guys all the way up the front there, that's not a seat all the way at the front. Okay. That's all right.
All right. Yeah, I just had some splashing and thrashing in there, but I haven't seen another spout yet. If the whale's not being very active here, ladies and gentlemen, it's easy to lose them in amongst what is the better part of 200 dolphins here. I'm trying to get you focused up so you can see here. Because they're all further out from the boat. Most part. We are sitting just to the Cape May side of Cape May Inlet. There's Cape May Inlet. And there's dolphins basically from the inlet buoy looking in towards the beach. I see dolphins in there. I'm seeing dolphins moving off the better part of a mile out to our right here towards Cape May. You're at Sunset Beach, so you're on the back side of the island looking west. So we're nowhere near you. Typically around here, folks, a humpback whale is going to stay down 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes is about your average. They can stay down for up to 30 minutes when they want to, but that's not really the norm around here. The water's not that deep for them to do that. We're only in about 30 to 40 feet of water through here. Whale was last sighted out on our left. The general direction of all the other marine mammals here, all the dolphins are all working off to our right. That doesn't necessarily mean that's where the whale's going to go. They do interact a bit, ladies and gentlemen. They eat the same type of fish. Around here, they're going to be chasing bunker. Bunker's a small oily fish. around 3 to 9 inches in length, silver in color, also known as menhaden. It's a very important little fish out here. Lots of things in the ocean eat the bunker. Bottlenose dolphins eat it. Humpback whales eat it. Sharks eat it. Bluefish eat it. Striped bass eat it. The osprey eat it. Bald eagles eat it. Very important to the food chain out here. The whale, when it was on the surface, was doing a really light spout. And barely coming out of the water, so. The last time we had a whale here in front of the inlet, the whale stayed right at the inlet for the better part of an hour. So there's no reason to think that the whale would have traveled too far just yet. Now, when a female dolphin goes to give birth for the first time, she'll swim back to the matriarchal pod from which she was born. So in most cases, her mother's there, her grandmother's there, in some rare cases, even her great-grandmother. You see, we've been able to prove lineage between the dolphins from generation to generation. When she goes to give birth, she's going to be assisted in the birthing process by, for lack of a better phrase, a midwife. The midwife's there to assist in all aspects of the birthing process and to take over calf-rearing responsibilities if anything were to happen to the mother dolphin, even to the point of becoming a wet nurse if necessary. After a female dolphin gives birth, her first act as a new mom's always going to be to kick her calf up to the surface for their first breath of fresh air, to let them know that's where you got to go to breathe. After she's carried her calf for 12 months and given birth, it's not the end of the relationship, not at all. It's just the beginning of a new phase. She's going to become the nursing mom and nurse her calf for 12 months. And after that, she's going to become the teacher, and she'll teach her calf for another 12 months all the ways of the dolphin world. And if you're just joining in with us here, ladies and gentlemen, on our virtual whale and dolphin watch, you're on board the 125-foot Atlantis on a public cruise here. We're out with 25 passengers today. And we're out in front of Cape May Inlet. We've got a pod of close to 200 bottlenose dolphins all working towards Cape May. This is looking behind the boat here on your left of the boat. And we've got a humpback whale mixed in amongst them, though with so many dolphins, with so spread out in such calm seas, we've kind of lost track of him at the moment here. But he's definitely here. She, he. There is a whale here, through here somewhere. Like a needle in a haystack today, though. Worked our way back to the bell buoy here. That's where we saw the whale initially. I guess we're gonna have to go with the crowd here.
I know.
We have misplaced them.
There's still stuff all beyond here, and I kept thinking I was seeing a whale.
Probably not the only whale here, that's what I'm thinking. I may have had something inshore of us, closer to the inlet. There was a boat coming off the beach. And it looks like it's just dolphins making a ruckus in there. Back towards the inlet here. Through here, gang. There's definitely a whale in here. I'm seeing dolphins spread out between us and the inlet out on our right. Dolphins on our left up ahead. And we had more groups beyond the buoy back behind the boat there. And we've got dolphins between us and Cape May up ahead of us here. So, without the whale doing some kind of extreme activity here, like reaching out of the water or lunge feeding, which is another activity they do pretty often, it's tough to pick them out. There's such calm seas, the whale doesn't have to spout that hard when they surface. And then everywhere you look here, we're picking up a dolphin's dorsal fin, left and right, so I think we just had a calf go down to our right up ahead here. So what are we looking at here, folks? This pod of dolphins or porpoise? What's the difference? A lot of people use the names interchangeably like they are the same, and they're not. Today we're looking at dolphins, not porpoise. See, dolphins have a beak which sticks out the front of their body. It makes them appear like they're always smiling. And they've got cone-shaped teeth. Porpoise, on the other hand, have a blunt head and spade-shaped teeth. Dolphins are also larger than porpoise. These bottlenose dolphins are about twice the size of our porpoise. Another way you can tell the difference between dolphins and porpoise, you can actually tell just by the time of year you see them. Okay? We see dolphins, we see porpoise, we see them in different seasons. Our dolphins, they show up here around the middle of April. They stay with us throughout the spring, summer, and the fall. They really don't leave here till around December, and the dolphins do this because they like the water 50 degrees or warmer. Our water temperature out here today, 61.2 degrees. Porpoise, on the other hand, you don't see porpoise this time of year in Cape May. If you came back out with us in January or February, see all the harbor porpoise you want, you'd be out here in 38-degree water, and there would not be any dolphins that time of year. For a prettier day here today, ladies and gentlemen. I think the whale just surfaced on our port side here. Right there.
These guys?
I think it was right with those dolphins next to us. Maybe. I didn't see the spout though. I thought I saw the back going down. Just chill out. Hi folks, if you're just tuning in, you're aboard the 125-foot Atlantis on a virtual whale and dolphin watch. It's a public cruise. We've got paying passengers aboard. And we're outside of Cape May Inlet here in a huge group of dolphins. It's got to be 200 plus. It could be more than that. They're really spread out for the better part of a mile here. We still got them out to our right inshore of us. We've got them back behind us, back to the bell buoy here, outside of Cape May Inlet. Now it doesn't want to focus. That's great. And we've had a humpback whale mixed in with them here. So we've misplaced it at the moment. There we go. Yes, misplaced it. That's possible, Jim. I know. How do you misplace a whale? Well, under normal circumstances, when you're approaching a whale from a mile or two away, you kind of track which direction it's going, watch for the spouts. These circumstances were a little different. We're here in the middle of a group of, if somebody told me it was 300 to 400 dolphins all together, I'd believe them. And the whale popped up in the middle of it. We were kind of concentrating on the dolphins. I was kind of surprised by the whale. Whale went down, and as we were waiting for the whale to come back up, could have changed direction underwater and gone over to the inlet. Could be sitting over the inlet right now. We're the only boat out here right now. We don't have any other boats out whale watching today, so there's nobody to cover behind us, and the passengers aboard the boat are mostly looking at the dolphins. They didn't see the whale come up, so that's how you misplace a whale. Without the whale doing any kind of extreme activity like a breach or a lunge feed, tough to get back on them here. Also pretty frustrating when you know there's one here. We left the dock. We said we were leaving on a cetacean spectacular. The term cetacean refers to a group of 90 different marine mammals, which are broken up into two suborders. It's toothed whales and baleen whales. Bottlenose dolphins, they are toothed whales. So they're grouped in with other toothed whales. That includes other dolphins, porpoise, orcas, pilot whales, belugas. Those are all toothed whales. Larger whales, like the humpback whale that's mixed in here somewhere, or fin whales, blue whales, right whales, those are baleen whales that don't have teeth. In lieu of teeth, they have baleen plates in the roof of their mouth. They use the baleen like a big filter. They filter their food out of seawater and then swallow it whole. What's the tide doing? Coming in, right?
Yes.
There's a bottom and it's coming in now. question here from Nana. Are they in bigger pods because of less boats in the water? Nope. Be less boats the same day, any given June here, folks. This is probably the largest pod I've seen so far in 2020. Yesterday was kind of a precursor to it. We had a pod of about 100 dolphins. So to see this super pod like this today spread out from up there by the Bill Buoy all the way over to Cape May, not surprising. These are transient bottlenose dolphins. They have not been in the area necessarily. And they've moved in from offshore looking for food here. Somewhere in amongst them here, folks, we have misplaced what looked to be about a 35-foot humpback whale. And we're just trying to determine whether the whale swam to the beach, swam over to the inlet, went over towards Cape May, or is just staying down a long period here. We're looking. In addition to running our virtual trip here and also running our trip with paying passengers on board, we're looking for this humpback whale that's mixed in with this group of dolphins on this very glassy, calm afternoon. Yep, take a look around. We'll work up to the rest of the pod here, I guess.
Well, thank you. I don't know.
Yeah, I got nothing else, so. This way, I wouldn't go too far.
Yeah.
It's
sooner or later, boys gotta stick down.
yeah. And it doesn't mean there's only one here. That's just the one I saw.
It doesn't mean he didn't go underneath of us and come up here and eat for us.
Well, yeah, that's true. I have considered that as well. There's a lot more up here than there were behind us, so.
I don't know. You guys are pretty patient back there.
Oh, well, you have to be. That's part of the game. Sometimes it's the only game. Oh yes, in July the larger pods of dolphins are pretty common actually. As long as the weather's good and we can get out here in the ocean, we'll see large pods. Even in Delaware Bay, in the mouth of Delaware Bay, out around Two Buoy and into the bay there and over towards the Eights over in Delaware, we'll see large pods of dolphins, 100 to 200 individuals in a pod. So, yep, July's a good time.
We saw yesterday,
Well, that's what I was saying on the virtual tour here, is that we kind of had the precursor to this yesterday, seeing that pod coming down from Stone Harbor there.
Yep. They were the scouts.
Basically, yeah. I mean, you basically got a large pod running inshore of us here, then you got this large pod up ahead of the boat here. Then we had a few stragglers back there between us and the bell buoy, so
Somewhere 200-300 dolphins out here.
that's what I was saying. If somebody said it was 300 dolphins, it would not surprise me.
I wouldn't argue that.
Nope. Work back up here to the leading edge of the pod here, folks. And we've still got more dolphins spread out up ahead of us for a half mile here. But quite a few off to our left here. And then there's a secondary pod in shore of us. If you're looking out towards the big radio antenna out there on the right, I see them breaching in shore of us every now and then. So there's more dolphins in there. All through here. Sorry if I missed what you're referencing. If you're referencing when I was talking about what will happen in July, that's because Nana, one of the commenters here, had questioned about what if they come back in July, will there be superpods around? And that's why I was referencing July. I did see the airplane up there. Captain Stewart's talking about the type of fish that the dolphins eat here, bunker. So it's commercially fished for also. We've got quite a bit of activity with dolphins here driving into the bay. It's Delaware Bay. The mouth of Delaware Bay is up ahead of the boat currently. Cape May Point in the distance there. Far side of the bay is Cape Henlopen up ahead and to your left. And the dolphins are all generally working into the bay here. And somewhere through here there's a humpback whale. Or more than one, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that's going to reveal that to us here is patience. Lots of it. Good pod of close to 75 to 100 dolphins back on our left here. Coming alongside now. How many dolphins do you think are spread out through here, guys? I think we're talking about 75, 100. I mean, if you're looking back behind us, between us and the inlet, I'm still seeing dolphins surface back there. We've got quite a few right beside us here. Left side. Some more off to our right. Somebody said there were between 200 and 300 dolphins here. I would not disagree with them. How do we know that? They're tough to count, right? They all look the same. Well, back when we first started to photo ID dolphins, we realized there's a few dolphins that look different than the rest of the pod, the rest of the dolphins. One particular dolphin we nicknamed Sharpie. Sharpie looked different. Sharpie was missing the top 1/3 of his dorsal fin. Sharpie taught us how to count dolphins. Sharpie come up with a group of 5 dolphins, and all 5 would go underwater. Another group of 5 would come up without Sharpie. Another group and another group. Finally, on the 5th surfacing there, Sharpie with the same exact 5 dolphins. And then that we realized for every 1 dolphin you see on the surface, there are 4 or 5 underwater. We actually do photo identify the bottom of those dolphins here in Cape May with an internship program at Stockton University. The interns come aboard the boat and they photograph the dolphin's dorsal fin. It's the fin on the back of the dolphin. It's each dorsal fin, you see it every time they surface, It's unique, believe it or not. Many of them at least. And we can identify individuals by these dorsal fins, catalog them, count them, record where we are when we see them, keep track of it from year to year so that we know the same dolphins return to the area. With our catalog of bottlenose dolphins, we can then also compare this with other catalogs up and down the East Coast. Turns out many of our dolphins that spend the summer months here in Cape May, they spend their winters down in the outer banks of North Carolina. Oh, nice. Every now and then you see the dolphins on the surface. You can see their eyes. Remember, the dolphins have excellent vision above and below the surface. If you can see their eyes, well, they're going on a people watch. They're watching you, watching them, checking you guys out, seeing who's on the big red boat today. Even though the dolphins have great vision above and below the surface, they navigate using another sense, something we don't possess as humans, which is echolocation or sonar. What this is, it's actually a sound pulse that the dolphins emit from the melon portion of their body. This sound travels to the water in front of the dolphin. When it bounces off of objects like the bottom of the ocean, the bottom of this boat, other dolphins, or fish,
Get the children off there, please. Up in front. Have a seat.
the sound is sent back to the dolphin, sent it out, and picked up by tiny receptors in their lower jaw and chin. The receptors are their teeth, and their teeth are staggered into two distinct rows. So they receive the sound signal back in stereo. This gives dolphins a 3D readout of what's in front of them all the time. Makes them perfectly suited for swimming in murky waters like you have here at the mouth of Delaware Bay, or for hunting and feeding at night. Seeing some folks saying they were wishing they were on the boat here. They're jealous of us that we're out here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public cruise. You can buy your tickets right at CapeMayWhaleWatcher.com. Come on down and go for a boat ride.
Around the stern on the right.
He's right. Here we go. More dolphins. Right side, fairly close here.
It just goes down for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Get dolphins all the way to Prissy.
I believe it. Kristen's going to be jealous when I tell her there definitely is a whale here. We just can't find it. We have one job. That is our job.
Try to get the boys. I can't get them to figure out what channel they're on. Tried every channel there is. Listen.
Let's see here. It does seem a little blurry, huh? It's not gonna like that. Is that any better? Seems better. pretty important. Think about it like this, if you will. Dolphins, they're marine mammals. They got a surface to breathe air. They breathe air like we do. We can't lay down on the ocean floor and take a nap, right? Neither can the dolphins. Now, scientists for years studied other cetaceans like humpback whales, and they had witnessed humpback whales doing something called logging when they were tired. Logging is a pretty simple process for the humpback whale. They float on the surface with their back exposed to the air, so they can take a breath of fresh air while they sleep through the blowhole in their back. Humpback whales can do that because they're comprised of a lot of blubber. Blubber is a fatty tissue. We all know fat floats. Dolphins, on the other hand, dolphins are comprised of a lot of muscle tissue. Dolphins are more dense than water. If they stopped swimming, they'd sink and drown. Hard to believe for one of nature's best swimmers. Puzzled scientists for years. Finally, a Russian scientist had 2 dolphins in captivity. He hooked them up to a brainwave machine and solved the mystery. He discovered dolphins have the ability to isolate either hemisphere of their brain throughout the day. So, throughout one part of the day, the dolphins are swimming on the left hemisphere of their brain only. Right hemisphere is turned off or sleeping. And another part of the day, they're swimming on the right hemisphere of their brain only, and the left hemisphere is turned off or sleeping. And throughout more rigorous activities like feeding and or mating, dolphins are operating on both left and right hemispheres of the brain at the same time. Unlike man, we all know when it comes to mating, man will be operating on no hemispheres of the brain. Brings up another interesting topic with dolphins. How about their mating behavior? Did you know that dolphins are some of the most sexually active creatures on the planet? Unlike other animals that only mate when the female's in heat, the dolphins will mate 365 days of the year. They mate for fun and recreation. Some male dolphins, believe it or not, they've been known to mate 5 to 7 times a day. You know, all those dolphins. It's all new spin on that theory about coming back as a bird in the next life. Rebecca here asking, have you seen any whales recently? Yes. I saw one about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still looking for it here. It is mixed in amongst about 300 bottlenose dolphins, and they are spread out somewhere between a mile to 3 miles here. And I haven't been able to pinpoint the whale since. But we have, as I said, close to 300 dolphins spread out amongst this area. We are one boat by ourselves out here looking around. But when we first got out here, right in amongst them all, we had a humpback whale surface maybe 150 yards from the boat, and surfaced a second time and dove, and I have not seen it since. So it's here. It's not being real active, otherwise I could see it. A day like today, if the whale was doing any kind of splashing activity or lunge feeding, breaching, it'd be pretty easy to pick out because it's so calm today. However, with it being so calm today, the whale could also be logging. Yes, the whale could be taking a nap, in which case the whale only surfaces occasionally and does not make a big ruckus about it, I guess you could say. Humpback whales are conscious breathers, just like the dolphins here. Half their brain has to be turned on for them to continue to breathe. So while they're doing that, they're not real active. And I had some reports earlier from our naturalist. Naturalist Kristen was in on the beach here in Cape May. Cape May is just inshore of us here. And she said, I've got a lot of dolphins here by the beach, but I'm looking offshore. I don't have my binoculars, but I keep seeing big splashes. So that was about an hour before we got out here. So my prediction, or hypothesis, I guess you could say, is the whale was out here feeding outside of where Kristen could see easily, but she could definitely pick the splashes out from the beach. And now the whale is less active because the whale's full and it's nap time. So we got one sighting real quick and lost track of the whale taking a nap here amongst 300 dolphins. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, though. With 300 dolphins, that's pretty cool, too. There's nothing to sneeze at. It's awesome. So, one whale, 300 dolphins. At the moment, I'll take the dolphins. And the whale's here somewhere. Maybe we'll get him again here. Maybe we'll get a different whale. Patience, folks. Need to be patient. Yes, we are doing walk-up sales. We are on a public cruise with paying passengers. Buy your tickets at CapeMayWhaleWatcher.com ahead of time. But if we have space, you can buy your tickets at the booth. We will ask for your information as we're required by law for anybody on board the boat at this point. We are practicing social distancing. We have to have face coverings. But we get to be out here with 300 dolphins and the whale, wherever it is here. So, small price to pay, I think. Carlos, broadcasting on your living room TV. Actually sounds pretty cool. I want to try that. Parked back at the inlet, is my guess. Or is chopping up stuff off of Wildwood, or...
Well, I certainly would think it's no problem for them to go the other direction. How are we on the Dolphins? We done?
I mean, I can wrap it up, sure.
I mean, it's 2:30. I'll go the other direction.
Definitely spent plenty of time with the Dolphins. We left late, too. Remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
Since I was rolling down the highway there, I don't think I broke too many traffic laws.
Not if you're a Fellini driver.
I was trying to take my time because of the 12-foot ladder in the back along with the big toolbox. You know, because we're all done at Yanks. Yeah. Now, we've told you lots of information about bottlenose dolphins in a short period of time here. I don't expect you to remember everything about them. If you can remember one fact, let's remember this. How about where are we? Right now, we're out in the Atlantic Ocean, right? No doubt about that one. Where are the dolphins? They're in the same place. They're out here. They're in the wild. They are free. Dolphins like this in the wild, they can live 45 to 50 years out here. And the dolphins you see out in captivity, like in a marine mammal park show, they're not so lucky. Typically, for every one dolphin you see out in captivity, there's been 3 dolphins captured. The first 2 died the first 90 days of capture. Last one, lucky dolphin you get to see in a show, they only live to the ripe old age of around 5, and that's it. So what are we getting at? It doesn't matter whether you're on this boat or somebody else's boat. Creator intended them to live, not swimming around in a little concrete tank and in the circles where they go blind from swimming in chlorinated water. They die off from some other eye-related disease. No way, gang. The dolphins belong out here. Dolphins do not do well in captivity. It's a proven fact. Anybody aboard this boat ever heard of a TV series from the 60s and the 70s called Flipper? How many dolphins do you think starred as Flipper? About 5. Now, Flipper's trainer was a man by the name of Richard O'Barry. Rick O'Barry went from being the foremost dolphin trainer in the nation to becoming the most outspoken advocate of freedom for all dolphins all over the world. He's still very active today. If you want to know what he's been up to or how you can help out captive dolphins worldwide, check out his website, dolphinproject.com. So we're cruising along here, and we should be out of the dolphins at this point. We've traveled the better part of 3 miles where we initially picked up the group here. And that's Cape May, still in shore of us on the right. We're approaching the mouth of Delaware Bay here. We've got a large shoal up ahead of us. Basically where that boat is ahead of us, it should be about where the shoal is, just a little beyond them. And we're still in the dolphins. Now this is the direction they're moving, but we've moved past a couple different pods here. Captain Stewart's been calling every boat going in and out of Cape May Inlet there, and these bunker boats up ahead of us, looking for any intel on the whale we saw or another whale in the area here, and no luck so far. Plenty of dolphins though. I'm here to tell you folks, we haven't had a whole lot of trips in 2020 so far for obvious reasons. However, this is the largest pod of dolphins I've seen so far in this year. We had a large pod yesterday of about 100 dolphins in a single pod, and I thought that was big, and that was probably now the second largest pod we've seen. This is the largest. Definitely the most we've seen in one trip. But we want to keep looking here. I think if the whale had moved this direction, we would have seen some evidence of that by now. So we're going to have to pick a direction and hope for the best here. Keep looking. Remember what you're looking for when we're looking for a humpback whale, ladies and gentlemen. They're not going to just be laying on the surface waiting for us to come around. They spend most of their life underwater, just like the dolphins. In fact, more so. They can stay down longer than the dolphins. So what do you look for? You look for that same stereotypical spout of the whale, the old "dar she blows," same type of event. A humpback whale can put up a spout 8 to 12 feet high. A fin whale can put up a spout 20 feet tall. It's a vertical column of steam shooting vertically, shooting straight into the air. So when the whale surfaces, the first thing they're going to do, they exhale through the blowhole in their back. That exhale is traveling at around 600 miles per hour. So basically imagine a sneeze from a 50-foot long animal. It's extremely noticeable. You can see it from far away, but you do have to look, folks. This is a group effort. We've got 25 individuals aboard the boat today. That's 50 of your eyes versus my 2. You've got the advantage. You should see stuff before I do. Want to look all the way around the boat. Should be accustomed to it by now from looking all the different directions that the dolphins are. The dolphins are literally spread out up ahead of us all the way up to that boat. And Pursuant Shoal here. You want to make the best use of your peripheral vision. What do we mean by that? Well, if you're looking far away from the boat and something surfaces closer to the boat, your peripheral vision is going to pick it up. If you're looking right in the water around the boat, or you're staring at your cell phone, or you're talking to the guy next to you, something surfaces far away, your peripheral vision is not going to pick it up. Most importantly, if you do see something like a spout or a splash or the back of a whale, point it out, shout it out, wave your hands in the air, and take your clothes off. Get our attention, folks. We break for whales here. You see it, don't keep it a secret. And we're off. I don't know where we're bound for here, folks. So many dolphins today. I'm a whale and dolphin watcher here at Hart, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here to tell you this is a lot for any one sighting, even in a regular year when we're out here every day, which we haven't been out here every day. We're trying every day, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get the 1 o'clock trip off every day, and we've got a 6:30 trip scheduled for this weekend, Friday and Saturday. A lot of life around. Not a lot of people. Good time to come down. Back inside the wheelhouse here. Less wind.
The governor, the Dolphins got the word from the governor that,
We're open. That was nice of them.
By the way, I've been reviewing your pictures on this thing, okay, and I believe your camera puts 50 pounds on me.
Just 50, huh?
Yeah, 50.
Oh.
I'm gonna go back up towards the inlet. I think I might go in a little closer.
Yep.
Okay, and
then
from there.
I mean, we know where all this stuff's going. I mean, it's
Yes,
definitely
we do.
all moving into the bay here. So,
Yes, it is. The most activity.
just follow the course line there. It's going right to where that bunker boat is.
He's outside the bunker boat too. I looked out there. There's more out there.
Really? Wow. That's a big pond of dolphins.
That's
So if you're just joining in with us here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Captain Jeff. I'm here talking with Captain Stewart, and we're out in front of Cape May. Obviously, that's your view there at the bow of the 125-foot Atlantis, part of the Cape May Whale Watcher fleet. We're on a virtual whale and dolphin watch today. This is also a public cruise, so we have 25 paying passengers aboard. And we just wrapped up with close to 300 bottlenose dolphins here. And somewhere in amongst it all, there is a sleeping humpback whale. And we lost track of the whale. We're out here by ourselves. There's no other boats to keep an eye out with us. So we are now doing a search pattern back towards Cape May Inlet, and we are hoping to come back across this whale. Hey.
right back.
Did you say you saw one and lost them, or
Yeah.
hoping for somebody to see one?
I had a humpback. As soon as I came out, I was very close to the bell buoy. There's like 200-300 dolphins out here. Everybody's swimming towards Prissywicks. But right there, I'm saying, basically I was 100-200 yards from the bell buoy. I had a humpback surface right there. I thought he was coming towards Cape May, and I lost him.
On that blue center console, just turn around and head back up. If I see him, I'll call you.
Thank you.
I was hoping that was you, because I was thinking that blue center console's in a good spot. All right, great. Keep your eyes open. He's not spouting hard at all because it's so damn nice out here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, thank you.
That's good. I want to talk to him anyway.
Yeah, he is in a good spot, and he's moving back into like the main vein of the dolphins there, all kind of growing out into the middle of the bay, Prissywicks and everything there. So ay, ay, ay. Guess I shouldn't have put the camera together, and I should have focused on getting set up on the whale. I really didn't think it was going anywhere, so oh well. whale. So calm. Nice day.
Little contrast from yesterday.
Yesterday was,
weather tomorrow?
I don't even know. You know, I was gonna look up all that stuff this afternoon, the tide and everything else.
Well, the tide up there is not that much different than here.
No,
And
the tide's in the morning.
tide's in the morning.
Yep. It's fine. Oh, fine.
I think they ought to throw it in the water. Start it up.
I would like to start it up. Hi, Whitney. Nice to see you tuning in here. I think I saw Paul Greiser tuned in. I think Mary P. Stewart was tuning in at some point here. Happy to have you all aboard. If you're just tuning in with us, as I just mentioned a couple minutes ago, we started out here right outside of Cape May Inlet, and we caught the leading edge of a pod of close to 300 bottlenose dolphins. They are all now outside of us. They were all kind of working to Prissy-Wick Shoal at the mouth of Delaware Bay, a good mile and a half off the beach here in Cape May. And we had a humpback whale surface right in amongst them when we first got to them. And as quickly as I said that to the passengers on board the boat, the humpback whale went down and has been staying down ever since, as far as we know, because we have not seen it again. Now, it's so calm out today, and I believe the whale was taking a nap because the whale was active before that. We got a report from our naturalist. Naturalist Kristen was out on the beach front and said she thinks she sees splashing from a whale offshore, along with the dolphins she could see inshore. So if the whale was active earlier, it makes sense it would be taking a nap now. If the whale's taking a nap, they don't spout that hard and they don't come up that often. And that's where we're at. We're in search mode here.
That blue center console can't come real much. Yeah, just if you're unsuccessful, okay, I'm coming up here myself. You want to see a huge pod of dolphins. You look out towards the tip of Prissy-Wicks, there's a bunker boat out there. I left like 300 dolphins going right for him.
I see him back there. We got a few over here. We were trying to catch a bluefish earlier, but we heard a whale, so we pulled him up and ran over here. But we're gonna go back in. I got 2 kids asleep already.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that.
We're asleep ourselves.
Yeah, we're asleep ourselves. We were on the trot and had a whale coming out, you know, halfway to the bell buoy, you see him, okay, and a load of dolphins, okay, and now he's taking a nap on us.
Hi, Jim. A lot of nice places to stay in Cape May. I'd recommend starting with some of the bigger places. I think for accommodation space at this point, like the Grand or the La Mer. Congress Hall's nice as well. But there's several places in Cape May that are all excellent for families. It's really a family location at the end of the day. So, and the hotels are open now. So. Montreal's a nice one too. Yep. Gray Shoal.
What was that? Come in.
Yeah, Cap, I'm about the whole gear right here. I'm right in front of you, off the grease.
No,
I'm
not
about
us.
to hook up a buoy, hold some gear. If you can deviate a little bit, I appreciate it.
Nope, not us.
Yeah, that's not me out there. I'm in on the beach seat. I wonder if he's swimming into the tide.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been concentrating our efforts off of Cape May now for the better part of an hour, so
I mean,
there's always wildwood.
If he turned around right then and there, you know, he's in the middle of wildwood someplace.
Easily. Could have went offshore. Could have done a lot of things. With only one boat. Nobody, no other eyes out here. Got the Sea Star coming in.
Yeah.
Off to your left and going behind us there, folks, that's the city of Cape May. Now, Cape May is a very historic city dating back to the whaling days and beyond. It originally was a 2-day journey down to Cape May from the then capital city of Philadelphia. The first day down as far as May's Landing. The second day down to Cape May by stagecoach. Today, the whole city of Cape May is a National Historic Landmark for its unique collection of Victorian homes and hotels. There's my dogs.
5 to 10 now. Lows in the mid-60s. Chance of rain 50%. Friday, partly sunny. Chance of showers in the morning, then chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 70s. Chance of rain 30%. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Chance of thunderstorms in the evening, then chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms after midnight. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 30%. Saturday, partly sunny. Chance of showers in the morning. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 70s. Chance of rain 30%. Saturday night, mostly cloudy in the evening, then becoming partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 60s. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Sunday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the upper 50s. Monday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. The National Weather Service forecast for southeast New Jersey this afternoon, mostly cloudy. Near steady temperature in the lower 70s. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Slight chance of showers. Not as cool as lows in the mid-60s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts to around 20 miles an hour. Chance of rain 20%. Wednesday, partly sunny in the morning, then becoming mostly cloudy. Slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms may be severe with damaging winds in the afternoon. Warmer with highs in the upper 80s. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts to around 20.
Hi folks, once again, if you're just tuning in with us here, we left about 300 bottlenose dolphins about 10 minutes ago, and we're in search mode now. We're out in search of a humpback whale, which we encountered when we first encountered the bottlenose dolphins over an hour ago, and we're looking. Sometimes that's how whale watching goes. We believe the whale that we're looking for is taking a nap. So we're here, we're just outside of Cape May Inlet, which is where we first encountered the whale. We covered the better part of 4 miles away from the inlet. Now we're working our way back to the inlet. Maybe the whale went the other direction here. so many of them. That's just weird in general. So.
All morning long, the tide would have been going out.
Yeah, the tide was going out.
And the whale was down here.
The whale ended up here.
So.
And she thought the whale was going away towards.
But we found a whale here.
We found a whale here.
And the tide had been coming in. So if he was going against the tide, he's up here.
Okay, I'll go with that logic. I don't have a choice. You're steering, so I'm along for the ride.
Well, it's 252, so he's either here or he's down there at Prissy Wicks. He's up here, we'll get him. He's at Prissy Wicks.
I want him to be right here next to the bell buoy.
I know.
Remember that day? It wasn't the greatest conditions, but we watched the one, picked it up off a wall, and it waltzed right over here and just stayed here. Probably a different whale though.
The one that always burns in my brain is after we run all the way down to Delaware, like, I don't know, 15 miles, we come back and we're getting ready to go in the rocks. We missed the whale down there. There's one inside the inlets just swimming back and forth from side to side.
Yeah. We had one like that last year. We went all the way up to Stone Harbor. We watched a couple of them up at Stone Harbor, but then we came back and there was one right here at the inlet. Took us right down the side of the inlet there, right into the beach in Cape May. Had a whale there, so.
As soon as you say you know exactly what they're going to do, you will be taught something different.
It's something we talk about pretty often, ladies and gentlemen, that why would the whales be inshore like this? Well, this time of year, all the food that the whales eat is inshore. The bunker that we were talking about earlier. Bunker is a small oily fish, 3 to 9 inches in length, silver in color, also known as menhaden or moss bunker. It's a really important little fish out here in the ecosystem, in the food chain. Lots of things eat it. Bottlenose dolphins eat it. Humpback whales eat it. They eat around 2,000 pounds of it every day. So, extremely important. That's why they're here. Worked our way back up the beachfront here, folks. This is the island of Wildwood up ahead to your left. And we are wondering if the whale would have turned around and all the dolphins were going towards Cape May Point there and out to the bay. Perhaps the whale wasn't going the same direction as that. It was going up here alone. Less dolphins to bother with, less boat traffic. Still searching. Pretty often we get the question, is it rare to see a whale inshore like this? Well, not really, folks. That bunker that I was talking about, it starts out its life in the back bays and in Delaware Bay here, and then it comes out this time of year out into the ocean. Because the bunker is in the bay, that's where the whales go. So this is considered the mid-Atlantic feeding grounds for humpback whales. Humpback whales can grow to be 25 to 50 feet in length, and they can weigh up to 35 tons or 70,000 pounds. The big boys with big appetites, they eat around 2,000 pounds of fish every day. Around here in the mid-Atlantic states, basically from Virginia up through New York, our humpback whales tend to eat a lot of bunker. So these small fish that are very plentiful here. We have millions and millions of pounds of bunker, and that's what the whales eat. That's what the dolphins eat. Very important to the food web out here. And that's why the whales come inshore. One of our best trips this season was right before the ban on having a public cruise was lifted. We were out here. We had 3 humpback whales, actually tighter to the beach than this. They were inshore of us here off of Wildwood. And then the next day we followed up with a whale right there at the inlet, actually much closer to the jetties than this whale was that we saw earlier. So one possibility is that the whale is asleep, and that's why it's been difficult to locate again here. The whale is drifting with the tide there and amongst all the other dolphins, and is taking a nap. I watched one nap when we've been able to sit right beside it for the better part of an hour and a half. You're not getting any kind of splashing activity out of the whale on a day like today. Those little spouts that it takes are easy to miss. That makes it so that we can lose track of them. Captain Stewart's theory here is that the whale was awake and was swimming up the beach the opposite direction. So as we cruised off with the dolphins there, the whale came up here, up off of Wildwood, and is somewhere up here towards Stone Harbor, just about. So
Around the end of the bus.
since we're one boat, we're trying both ferries here. We already tried going with the dolphins. That didn't work, so here we are up on Wildwood.
I got dolphins inshore this year. I got dolphins up ahead of us here. I got dolphins inshore, nice group coming down right in front of the big crane.
They're real tight, right?
Yep.
All right. Some paddleboarders in there too. Really tight.
I got dolphins up here, up ahead of me, on our line, on our right.
Stragglers. There we go, gang.
For the longest time, I didn't think we had anything up here. So there's no life here. There's more dolphins in there.
I know you guys have been patient here. We're trying to keep the live stream going here. We got some dolphins inshore of us coming down the beachfront. We've worked our way all the way from Cape May up here to Wildwood. Some dolphins inshore of us, cruising down the beach. Kind of had you on the dash cam there for a little bit. I've got my binoculars up. I'm looking around in addition to filming for our virtual trip here. Passing another pod of dolphins ashore on your left. They're going behind us here around 9 o'clock. This is the island of Wildwood up ahead of us here. First up is Diamond Beach, and Wildwood Crest, Wildwood, and North Wildwood. Question here from Honey, is the Lobster House open? The fish market at the Lobster House is open. Now, there was some new guidance, I think, coming out on lifting restrictions. We're in phase 2 here in the state of New Jersey, and I think outdoor dining is opening
Outdoor
up.
dining's either got the 15th.
So as of right now, the Lobster House Fish Market's open. Many of the restaurants are open here in Cape May and in the Wildwoods. They're all open for takeout right now, the ones that are open. And so outdoor dining is becoming a possibility here. Don't quote me on it, but we have heard that from the governor, in one fashion or another, either on a Twitter or Facebook here. So if you do come down the shore, you're not going to starve, that's for sure.
Maybe he owns stock on a paper plane company.
June the 15th for outdoor dining, according to Kaylee. So that's when it'll be legal. As far as when the Lobster House will do it, I don't know. I know Lucky Bones, right next door to us there, where we get some of our dinner cruises, where we get our dinner cruise food. They are doing takeout style right there. They got a brand new online ordering thing. I know Uncle Bill's Pancake House down on the beachfront in Cape May. You can do takeout from there. They'll actually do delivery as well. You can go to the Ocean View in Cape May. You can go with George's. They've been doing takeout throughout this whole thing. The Seaview restaurant and bar right near us also. Red Brick Ale House over in North Cape May. They've been open throughout this pandemic.
Harpoons?
Great food. Harpoons is open now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Harpoons is open. There you go. Takeout from Harpoons. Oyster Bay down in Cape May. Excellent takeout. Bella Vita over in West Cape May there, and Panico's over in West Cape May. So lots of good options at the shore right now. Those are just some of my favorites. Definitely check out Facebook page or Instagram page for any of your favorites.
Not seeing anything in there. Gonna move out.
Yeah, I think we ought to move out because that kind of get on that bell buoy line. That's where a lot of the activity's been the last couple of days anyway, where we've been seeing these larger pods of dolphins. It's where that whale was. I mean, literally next to the bell buoy. So, and that jives with what Kristen was saying, where she saw the whale this morning. It was basically out on that same exact line. So, how often do we see whales? What was that?
68% of the time.
Our average throughout a season is 68% of the time. Some seasons a little better than that, some seasons a little less, but we've been doing this since 1993, and that's our average. I did have a splash out here on the right. Didn't you say you had a group of dolphins out here, Cap?
Yeah.
Okay,
How
maybe
far
that
was your splash?
is half mile
Straight out?
at my door here. Yeah, kind of 2 o'clock-ish now as you're turning. Probably just the dolphins splashing, but I know there's a few folks left here that would like to see a whale.
Not as much as I would.
Not as much as I would.
Considering I already saw him for
Well,
about
yeah.
90 seconds.
Even when this thing goes blurry, loses
And he
track.
pulled a Houdini on it.
Would be the first one. Put the camera back down, and I'm going to keep looking here.
Anti-social humpback.
Well, yeah.
He is especially socially distancing.
There's that pod of dolphins out there on your left. 10 o'clock. It's not where my splash was. My splash was up here.
I don't need more dolphins.
We don't need more dolphins.
Come on. Humpback or bust.
We're as snipped up as it gets.
That's 2 more groups there.
I definitely say the dolphins are back in town. The boys are back. start loading it for you.
Yeah, I've been watching. He's hiding behind a pillar right now.
That's why I was saying
The
it.
world's behind there.
I know.
What's behind your pillar? There you are.
Maybe ask around things?
Huh?
Around things?
There.
It's right through the same area here.
Oh, no, man, I didn't go to the Prissy Wicks tip.
Wow. A lot of the times we encounter a whale, though, and it doesn't do what the dolphins do.
I
They
know.
don't stick together.
Right.
You know, with that many dolphins, I would imagine a humpback whale would want to go the opposite direction. That's why I like this path up here.
He probably thinks them little buggers are scaring his bunker, spreading it all out for him.
I don't pretend to never mind a whale, but something. More dolphins. Coming down the left side.
More up ahead, too.
Yeah, I mean, I've had them sleeping in amongst a group like that before, and it was really tough to find them until the whale woke up and did something. You know. And if you're the boat that's on them, you know,
That's a big ass group. And they're going up.
yeah, they're going up now. That's interesting.
That's bizarre. They didn't get the memo from the other group.
Maybe they didn't find what they wanted to find.
The bunker boat found what they wanted to find.
I'm impressed the bunker boat found anything. I haven't seen much on the fish finder. Have you?
What's up?
I haven't seen a whole lot on the fish finder. Have you?
No.
Me neither.
The Shikari, they were right at the point.
Oh yeah, he's
Working his way out to
he's out there with them. He's the carrier.
It's 3:10. Convinced me I should eat my lunch.
See, Michelle's tuning in here saying, I really enjoyed this. I baked cookies as I watched, heading to my beach house tomorrow. Did you make enough cookies for everybody? Glad you're enjoying it, Michelle. Pretty day. It's actually sun's coming out a little bit. It's a little less gray now than when we started out the trip here. Started out the trip with 300 bottlenose dolphins right out of Cape May Inlet, ladies and gentlemen, and we had a humpback whale right in amongst the dolphins right before I put on the virtual portion of the trip here. I know, of course. I wasn't even going to go virtual today here, folks. I was just going to enjoy not being in a boatyard, but when I saw the whale and I saw how many dolphins we had, I thought I had to share this with the folks who cannot be with us physically here. This is a public trip. We're out here with 25 paying passengers. So, turned on the camera. The whale took a nap and hasn't been back up, or at least has not been back up in any direction that I've looked in the last hour here. So, we're in a search pattern. It was one humpback whale in amongst 300 bottlenose dolphins. We left all of them swimming into Delaware Bay in amongst a bunker boat, which is up ahead to our right here. Probably going to wrap this up for now.
Relax.
So we're going to wrap up the cruise here, ladies and gentlemen, our virtual portion of the cruise. If we find this humpback whale, we will go back on virtually here. And if we find anything else interesting in our travels while we're searching here, we will tune back in. In the meantime, we are going every day, 1 o'clock, 3-hour whale and dolphin watch here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are selling tickets at CapeMayWhaleWatcher.com. We'd love to have you aboard. We have space on all of our trips. We're also trying for a 6:30 dolphin watch, I believe Friday or Saturday. We're hoping to get that out, Friday and Saturday. That's also available online. You can buy tickets for that. And we're trying every day. Going to a full schedule as we get further into June here. Normally we're up to doing 3 trips a day every day at this point in the season. This isn't a normal year. We've only been going for 3 weeks here, and we're just getting up to going every day. It's nice to see the folks that can make it out, and we've got the most space in the state of New Jersey for any of the boats that do this. We have dividers in the cabin so that you can be in the cabin and be separated from folks at another table. We have social distance markers down on the deck. We are requiring face coverings while you're out moving around on deck. The crew's wearing them too. Our crew's getting our temperature checked every day they come in. They're told that if they feel sick, stay home. So, other than that, it's a beautiful day at the shore, and we'd love to see you. And if we can't see you, we're going to keep doing the virtual trips as often as possible so that we can share it with those who can't make it out. Meantime, stay home, stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you next time.